It's the old intro. Yes, yes, yes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh my God. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Let's check out the mic. Yeah. Sounds great. Sounds great. Let's make a quick check if the sound is doing fine. Give me a few seconds. Yes, we're here. Guys, goedenavond, Gregory van LEBESTARK here. What's going on, guys? I hope you are doing fine. I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys feel beautiful. Wow. It's been a long time, guys. The last time I was on for a podcast, it was about, 3 weeks, right? So this is number 14 now. We're rocking with number 14. As you can see, we have changed some stuff. Maybe if you have watched one of our recent videos, now I've done some very cool stuff with the lighting. Philips Hue are they called. They look great. What you think? I really like it. Can switch colors, can have fun. And you probably have seen it in our live workout if you were a part yesterday. Yesterday was nuts, man. Yesterday was really nuts. I mean, guys, we had how many? It was 140 viewers at the same time. I think that was max 140. So I remember when we streamed with about, what was that? 5 viewers at the same time. And then when it went into double digits, when it went 10, I was like, whoa, look at this. Then I remember it was 20. I was like, whoa. Then it was a 40, 30. I was like, whoa. But yesterday, wow. I think maybe that's the reason why YouTube is now giving us some credit and some feedback. The algorithm is starting to like us. So that's the reason why we've upgraded the studio, bought a new camera for the office, for the new videos that I'm gonna do. We have a lot of stuff. We have a lot of stuff in store, and I just recently looked at it on Social Blade. You know, Social Blade is a website where you can actually see how long it takes until you reach a certain given number of subscribers. And it says in 2 years, we'll be hitting 100,000. Whoa! So if the flow keeps flowing like this with the views, and if YouTube keeps sharing our stuff and broadcasting our stuff to you guys, then we'll be reaching 100K in 2 years. That's good stuff, don't you think? Woo, that sounds cool. And, you know, even in January, when we started in January, you know, since I've started YouTube, January is always, if you're in the fitness genre, January is always a boost for your channel, no matter what you do. No matter what type of fitness or genre of fitness you're in, it's mostly for all channels. We all experience a boost. And then in February went down a little, and now it's March, and it seems like it's taking off again. It's just crazy. And I'm incredibly grateful. I really want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you have liked the video, if you have subscribed to our channel, if you have commented, if you have joined us in one of our live workouts, I really want to say thank you. Now, if this is your first time tuning in these podcasts, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. The kettlebell, we are now taking a look at weight loss with kettlebells. This is something that we have focused on. If you have caught me on IG now, I was live on our LEBESTARK Instagram just a few seconds ago. And what we want to focus on is weight loss with kettlebells, because we have released a brand new workout course for the kettlebell, and it's called 90 Days of Kettlebells. We actually started, you know, it's a funny story. We started with 14 days. Now, I got to backtrack a little bit. That's a podcast. Here I can talk. Okay, so I hope you guys are having a good time. I've started the academy, the LEBESTARK Academy. I've started this thing in, what was that? March 2020 when COVID hit. I knew in the first lockdown, I was like, okay, how am I going to use this time that I'm having as efficiently as possible? So, of course, we were all in with YouTube and we coached our clients via Zoom. These were the first, our baby steps with Zoom. And if I take a look at it now, you guys have to imagine, you cannot see right now. I'm sitting in the office, but we have now 4 cameras set up, right? So we have one camera that's on the side, one camera that shows the front of the studio, of the floor where we do the workouts and where we work with clients, and the office, and then we even have a GoPro. So we have 4 cameras. And our Zoom coachings now, I'm able to offer personal training online. We have been offering the group coaching online, but now I'm able to offer personal training online because I can look at my Mac and see in the Zoom call your form or how you do it, how you fare. I can motivate you, I can push you. At the same time, if I need to show you something, and that's good. I'm using these Klipsch Bluetooth headphones. So I plug them in so I can hear you when I go to the front of the studio. So when I'm at the studio, you see me from the front, I can still hear you, even though I can't see you then. I can still hear you, give you some feedback, show you the form, show you some constructive feedback. Then I'm coming back and I'm switching back to the camera and I can see you again. So it's nowadays, like I said in a recent video, we have a TV studio now. And that's the power of 2021. So coming back to the academy, I knew I wanted to do something with my time. So I've started the LEBESTARK Academy. And this is where we offer kettlebell courses online that you do on your own. And we've started in German, where we have a master course. This is like 50 videos. This is like, I don't know, one of our clients who finished the master course in the grinding lifts, it took him 6 months. It's such a huge course. I did it for the German-speaking folks, right? So then I started with 14 days of kettlebells. 14 days of kettlebells was also for the German crew, all right, for the German-speaking crowd, because as maybe some of you know, we started in German and then we switched in English, right? So 14 days of kettlebells was doing pretty cool. And then I started with 30 days of kettlebells, the first English workout course. And this went really well. And I was like, woo, there is some demand in the English-speaking realm. And now we've started with 90 days of kettlebells. And that's an intense course. And actually, what does it do? 90 days of kettlebells, this online workout course, does what we do in person with our clients. We help them lose weight, discover the potential of the kettlebell. And that's what we do, right? So thank you so much for joining. And we are going right into the slides. I got a feedback from one of our subscribers. He said, I got to do the slides. I have to show them bigger. This is what I'm going to do now. So you should see this right now. Switching. Boom. All right. So guys, man, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. I was talking to Angie and to my mother about it, to my parents, how YouTube is now taking off, or just, for our means. And I'm so incredibly grateful. Yet, we have invested so many hours into it. And that's the same with kettlebell training, guys. If you invest, and I got this great analogy from a YouTube video that I just watched. I have to see if everything's going fine. Give me a second. Yeah, it's working fine. So from a YouTube video that I just watched, this guy said, you can look at Chinese for the rest of your life right now. Start looking at Chinese for the rest of your life. And you won't understand it, even after 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 years of your life. You need somebody who can tell you how to interpret Chinese. So that's step number 1. Interpret the language or the training or the technique. That's the first step. And we can apply the same methodology on the kettlebell. You can look at the kettlebell for the next 50 years of your life without having any idea how to use it. And it will stay there for the next 50 years of your life, and you won't know how to use it because you haven't been taught. You haven't had an entry point. So you need an entry point. And once you got the entry point, it's all about learning and applying the technique and working and working and working and working. So all of the amount of work that I've invested in the YouTube channel now, you can apply to kettlebell training. Somebody commented and said, wow, it's great when we see the development from those last, I'm going to say like 50 workouts that we did online, that we did on live stream. Compare them to now. It is day and night. It is day and night. The way how Angie and I have progressed with the technique and with the training. Because we have invested so much time and we stayed consistent. And that's one thing that I can tell you for sure is consistency is what most people are having a problem with. People are having not a problem with the weights and what some do, of course. If you do it wrong, we'll consider it. We'll talk about it in a few seconds. And some people maybe have, some circumstances in life that we all have so many times. Yet most people struggle with consistency. When people are coming in and we talk to them, they're like, yeah, 5 years ago I lost 20 pounds and that was great back then, but I've regained the weight. And the reason why this happened is because people are having a hard time to stay consistent. And I do understand there are so many factors in life that play a role. Losing weight, learning the kettlebell training, or building a consistent training habit is not something that is easy to do. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of dedication. And another thing that I can guarantee you from the experience with our clients is life will get in the way. Almost certainly. Just because you decided that there's going to be change in your life doesn't mean that life in itself won't change. On the contrary, most of the time when people start changing, life in itself starts changing as well. Sometimes to the degree that people go nuts. I love that word. Nuts. All right. So before we dive in, I've already mentioned 90 days of kettlebells, guys. Now you can save 25% off the regular price when you pre-order now. You find a link in the description. And what is it? It is different from the program from 30 Days of Kettlebells, because 30 Days of Kettlebells, our first workout course, was training only. Now what we do is we do training and nutrition combined. And if you want to lose weight, if you want to get in shape, if you want to lean out a little bit, you want to shed some fat cells, you want to get rid of some depots that you have, it's all about training and nutrition. And maybe you've heard the saying where they say, it's 20% training, 80% nutrition. I personally don't agree with this, because this notion implies that as long as I stay focused with the nutrition, I can, do training, step on a treadmill for 10 minutes and, do easy walk, and I can talk with other people. I can hit the gym. I can do some machines, and then, in the middle of the sets, I can have conversations that last 20 minutes. So this ideology makes it seem like training isn't worth pursuing it 100%. And we had somebody who asked us via Instagram. She said, well, I'm doing this and that, helping people lose weight with nutrition, some cell reset or whatever, what they use with metabolism boosting and all that kind of stuff. And, while it is so important, there is still one thing that we have to look at, and that is training, even though it's such a small portion. And that implies that it's not important, yet it is on so many levels. So 90 Days of Kettlebells is a kettlebell workout program that combines kettlebell training with simple and easy to follow nutrition coaching. And we want to help you lose weight and discover the potential of the kettlebell. And that easy to follow nutrition coaching is something that we're going to look at, because there is one lesson in the course that we are going to look at right now. It's for free with me. I'm going to talk you through this lesson nutrition-wise because it's so important. Now, there's many questions that people are having about the program, rightfully so, that I'm going to answer real quick. Now, who's this program for? Who's 90 Days of Kettlebells for? It's for people who are responsible, people who are diligent, and people who made up their mind that they want to change in the next 3 months. You got to have an end date. You know, change is something that lasts forever. We'll all change. But we need some end date that we can hone in on, that we can focus on, so we know, okay, this is the route that I'm taking. This is a strategy that I'm building. So it's for people who say, listen, I'm ready, because we see this with our clients in real life as well. Experience shows this. People who made up their mind, those are the folks who are ready for change. And these are the people that we want to focus on. And that's 90 Days of Kettlebells is made for you. If you made up your mind, you say, listen, it's time to go. It's time to do it. Who won't be happy with this course? People who think that there is a genie in the bottle, that there's a shortcut, that there's a quick fix, that there is something that I just can do like this, on a sideways, like, just devoting 5 minutes a month to it, let other people do the work for me, and I'm just sitting here paying the money and then getting tricked by my brain that just because I paid the money and paid the course that the problem is solved. I just did a video on this. It is not. If you buy the course, this is where the work starts. So it's for people who are ready to put in some work, not for people who think, oh, listen, I'm just taking it easy. I just need a plan. Okay, prescribe me a plan that I have that I will never do. This is not for those people. You won't be happy with this course. How does it work? It's an e-learning platform that we use. It's called Thinkific, and this is where we have built our academy on. And it's such an easy tool. It's like an e-learning platform. You got to imagine it's chapters and lessons, and you go through the lessons each day. So the first chapter is a lot of information. I think I've done like 6 videos exclusive for the course. 6 videos on different topics, on ranging from workouts, from kettlebells, from tutorials to nutrition coaching. And this is how you complete the course. You complete it, then it's done. You can watch the video. You can download a lot of PDFs. We have a lot of great additional resources in the program. And this is how it works. And then you have 90 lessons, which equal 90 days of work in front of you. How long do you have access? You have access your whole life, because sometimes life comes in the way. And we have other things that happen. We have other things that we have to focus on, which we totally understand. And then sometimes you have to take a break and then come back at it. You do it at your own pace. However, it is recommended that you devote the next 90 days for this program. What is the price of the course? It's going to be 97 US dollars. No, I'm sorry, 97 Swiss francs. That's about 105 US dollars. That's the normal price. But right now, in this week, until the 22nd of March, it's pre-order week. And this is where you can save 25% off. It's only 79 Swiss francs. That's about 84 US dollars. You can save that money only this week. What do I get outside the course content? You will get 30 days of kettlebells. That's another course that we've did, full-blown course that you will get. You will get bonus content. You will get additional workouts. And you know what? It's ad-free. Everything's ad-free. You watch the videos on your own at your own pace. And you get access to the private Facebook group where we have awesome folks like Alexia, Rolf, all these cool cats that you now find in the chat that are probably have texted something, right? I'm going to have to check the chat in a few seconds. So this is what you're getting. What if I don't like the course after I buy it? I was thinking about it, guys. I was like, okay, should we offer a money back guarantee? And it's not that that it will financially hurt us to pay you the money back if you don't like it. But I said no. You know why? Because it's for people who made up their mind. And you can you have a free trial for the course for the next 14 days. You can click the link in the description, check out the course, sign up, and then have 14 days for free. No credit card required, nothing. And you can check it out if it suits your liking. But you have to make up your mind. Once you're in, you're in. These are the kind of folks that we want, because these are the kind of folks that will have a very high chance of success. I don't know if I have time for the course. How long is it? 90 days plus the additional stuff. It will equal probably, let's say, like 95 days if you're really in and honed in. Do I need to book time to take it? Anything that is worth learning, we believe, will demand of you to book some time to work through the course. And of course, you will see 90 days. It's a lot of work, guys. It's a lot of work. It's not something that is going to be easy. It's for folks who are ready. Now, guys, we always have a Q&A. If you have any questions, I'm going to check the chat right now, guys. See if we have any folks. Who we got here? We got Alexia in the building. What's going on, Alexia? Sending a lot of love to you and Jose. We have Pamela in the building. We have Dean. Lean Mean Dean rocking. And Alexa saying she's very sore, and Pamela saying soreness not so bad. And that's something that we always get asked about, guys. Is soreness necessary to have a very intense workout, or to really be sure that the workout was worth it? No, it is not. Soreness is not an indicator that your workout was good. Okay? Sometimes people be like, I wasn't sore, hence the workout was bad, or I didn't give it enough 100% or whatever. It's not necessary. Then the studio looks very pro, Alexia. Thank you very much. It looks like it's been ages since the beginning. Yeah, you've been rocking for a long time, Alexia, you and Jose. You guys are in it since the beginning. Dean, yeah, your clip you did the other day springs to mind too, when people think they're sorted because they bought a kettlebell for a recipe or a recipe book. That's what's up. That's very strong. Yeah, I talked about it, Dean, because this is important for people to understand. It's not like you buy something and then the problem is solved. You buy something, yes, but what happens is your brain is going to trick you that the work is done. And that's not the case. You have to invest the work. But the brain, and people know this, especially salespeople. It's sales psychology. I'm going to buy it, therefore problem solved, without having to put in the work. And if you know this is why I said don't buy a kettlebell before you know this. Because people do this all the time. I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy a treadmill, I'm going to buy a kettlebell, I'm going to buy a dumbbell or a rack or whatever. And then, boom, they're enthusiastically buying the stuff. And then the stuff arrives, and then the feeling is gone. And they're like, I don't feel like it. Why did I even buy it? All right? So that's the enthusiasm. And you have to be aware of it. Darian, can I ask about the pelvic floor and kettlebell? I talked with some friends and they say that especially women could have problem with it regarding urination and holding it. If someone know, Darian, we work with a lot of ranges from clients. The oldest client, she is 76 years of age, and my father is also rocking with us. He's 81 years of age this year. Nobody never had any problems with the pelvic floor. However, there may be situations. I have never encountered a situation like this where the kettlebell was causing trouble with the pelvic floor. It may be, yet we have been doing this now for 5+ years and we've never encountered a problem like this. But there may be underlying issues that cause that problem because, when you work with the kettlebell, you work with the midsection. And this may, if you have to go to the bathroom, you don't, and you start swinging, you probably feel it, right? So there may be something if you have a condition that already causes problem with the pelvic floor. However, we never experienced it, all right? So guys, you are rocking. Alexia, it's a mixture of mental focus and physical effort. But you're right in that this is not something that has a beginning and an end. Yes, you're talking about change, Alexia, right? It's a matter of habits and learning how your body works. That's exactly what it is. So let's keep going, guys. Now, weight loss with kettlebells. Is it even possible? Now, first, let's talk about the mistakes our clients, as well as I, and maybe you have made when we started, right? So, if I want to use the kettlebell as a weight loss tool, nutrition now set aside, we're going to talk about the nutrition soon. The first mistake is not understanding how the kettlebell works. I went live yesterday on my Instagram, on the LEBESTARK Instagram, and I was talking about the major difference, the major key, like DJ Khaled would say, the major difference between dumbbells, barbells, machines can't even, just free weights and the kettlebell. There's one major difference. The kettlebell, because of its built, because it's shaped like a ball with handles attached to it, it is made for ballistics. Multiple reps of exercises that have a ballistic element. We can say, of course, a barbell snatch is a ballistic element exercise. A dumbbell snatch or a dumbbell clean and jerk can be a ballistic element. However, the kettlebell, because it's built like this, has a major and significant advantage when it comes to ballistics compared to barbells and dumbbells, because you can work for a very long time. For a longer time, we could even say that even though the Russian style is not easy to learn, the kettlebell sport style, especially, we apply the kettlebell sport in the ballistics. On the other hand, we also do Turkish get-ups, goblet squats, those grinding lifts, which we can say are just standard general grinding lifts. So we're not 100% kettlebell sport, because kettlebell sport folks only do, or athletes do, snatch, long cycle, and jerks. So if you think that the kettlebell is like a dumbbell, of course you can use and do exercises that normally would involve a dumbbell. Let's say, like, for example, a Romanian deadlift, because a dumbbell, you can't put the dumbbell down, it's maybe too deep. So let's say Romanian deadlifts, right? Or rows, or a strict press, or curls. While curls for kettlebells, it's probably not as useful with the handle. However, you will feel it probably more in your forearms. So of course you can use the dumbbell like you would a kettlebell, right? You can use the kettlebell like you would a dumbbell. But if you miss out on the fact that the ballistic element of the kettlebell is where it shines the most, then you don't understand how it really works. And then sometimes it's like, why choose a kettlebell when I can do rows with a dumbbell or with a barbell? Second, wasting time on programs that are too complex, and don't put beginner's needs up front. So we always get that question. It's like, why are you doing the same workouts? Why do you keep doing swings, clean and jerk snatch, for example, like we did yesterday? Why do you guys keep doing these exercises weeks on end? Because they're the most bang for your buck exercises, or one of the most bang for your buck exercises. Why do we always do the Turkish get up? Because it's one of the most bang for your buck exercises. Why do a deadlift? Because it's one of the most bang for your buck exercises. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes people are doing exercises in a very strange way, or they invent new, strange looking exercises that sometimes, I have to mention this, that sometimes serve a specific value. This is something that I have learned. Just because an exercise maybe looks strange, many people comment on our YouTube channel and say, when you're in the rack rest position, when you clean the kettlebell, this will hurt your lower back. No, it won't if you have a solid rack rest position. But if you're not used to this, you maybe think it's bad for lower back. So I'm going to have to say this. There are exercises that may look strange, yet they serve a specific purpose. But sometimes people who use strange exercises that look like, that most of the times it's celebrities doing these crazy looking exercises. And it's like, whoa, they do those special kinds of exercises, those next level exercises, those outside of the box thinking exercises that make your biceps grow even bigger. And sometimes it's just rubbish. So we don't waste our time training with exercises that are not giving us a lot of bang for our buck, because it's a waste of time. This is not how you put your time to good use when you're working out, right? And so beginners need, sometimes we see this with coaches who maybe don't have a lot of experience with clients in real life, using exercises that are so complex for folks that maybe are just tricky to learn for beginners. However, I have to mention, we stream on our YouTube channel exercises that are completely not made for beginners. We had yesterday, I think somebody commented and was like, I'm a beginner, it's my first time, wish me good luck, right? And Alexia, who said, hey, you'll be fine. You did a very wonderful job, Alexia, making this person feel welcome. That's why we love the Kettlebell Club. We love you guys always showing up for the workouts and making everybody feel welcome. That's great. However, I was telling Angie, I was like, oof, snatches for beginners, it's going to be tricky, right? So some exercises are not for beginners. However, if you are taught the right way, or you start gradually, for example, like with the 90 Days of Kettlebells course, or you've studied tutorials via video and went deep on it, and maybe, like we always recommend, you had a conversation and you've booked a session with a very professional coach who can help you, then you're fine. Number 3, you're trying meal plans after meal plans or diet after diet just to find out that they suck. Because they don't build lasting habits, guys. And listen, meal plans do work. It's not that they don't work, but they don't work long term most of the time. Yet, looking at it from a coach's perspective, guys, you can make a lot of money selling cookie cutter meal plans because it's easy. You do one, and then even if you enter all the necessary information that they sometimes do. How heavy you are, how long have you been lifting, is it your first time, how old are you, age, blah, blah. Most of the time you get a cookie cutter program because it's not possible to serve many people with very individualized programs. And even if you get a very individualized meal plan, chances are high that you won't stick to it for very long. They do work short term, of course they do. If you want to lean down for a show or for a photo shoot, or you are pretty lean already, and now you're trying to really go all in, then, we have a meal plan program that we call calorie carb cycling. It's three meal plans throughout the week, which, sometimes influence your, not sometimes, which do influence the macro levels, and it's a pretty advanced technique. I would never prescribe calorie carb cycling the way we do it with some what is it called? Entwässerung. It's the German. I can't remember the English word. However, but scrap it. I would never advise somebody to do the calorie carb cycling who is just starting out, because it will burn you up. It will burn you up. Meal plans don't work for beginners, and they don't work a long time. Nobody. I believe not, never say never. Maybe there are some folks, but I don't think folks will follow a meal plan year in, year out. Professional models and bodybuilders and all these folks set aside. That's a very small percentage of the population. Most people won't follow a meal plan for long. So solving that problem took me a little while. And when I fixed it, that's the good thing is I found some solutions, right? And it ended up costing me the following. And maybe it cost you the following. And these are some pain points that many people have, and many beginners especially. And always consider this. We talk from the point of view of we have a beginner's perspective, because this is where we shine the most. This is where we have folks who walk in here who have never even heard about a kettlebell, maybe have seen a dumbbell but never touched one, and never even touched a barbell. Never did some free weights. Yes, they probably went to a gym and had a membership, but like 70% or 80% of all people who had a membership, they didn't go as consistent. They weren't consistent. And listen, I'm not downgrading folks. I'm not talking bad about folks who are not able to keep up with, or who are not able to build a consistent manner of working out or building strong habits, because it's a tough process. I see it firsthand with the clients that we have. And yes, it may be discipline sometimes. I think most of the time it's many factors that come together. And if these many factors come together, you need a coach who stands by your side, who is not talking down on you, or who is burning the bridges, or who is yelling at you if you're having a plateau or if it's not working out. Because these roadblocks will come no matter what you do. I don't care what you do. Roadblocks are coming. And then you need somebody who's right by your side, who knows how to handle that roadblock, first of all, who knows how to coach you without destroying you and make you feel like you're worth nothing, right? So not understanding the kettlebell meant I couldn't discover its full potential. I remember first time picking up the kettlebell. I was like, what? I remember this. I remember this so vividly, guys. I was like, yo, I've been training and lifting for so long, because you have to imagine this is my 11th year of training. I've started in 2009, never stopped ever since, because I was hooked. But I did the regular bodybuilding stuff, right? And I loved it. And I still love it. I still see some great value in it. However, judging from the perspective of a beginner, because I always saw the same folks in the gym, it's like, man, for most people, this is probably not working out, right? So the first time I picked it up, I was like, what? How is this possible? I'm sweating like a pig, first of all, drenched in sweat. I was like, what? And it's killing me. Why is this thing killing me? I'll never forget this. I'll never forget this. I have to react to these workouts. I reacted to one of the old ones. I remember when I did two workouts. The one I called Yuri, and the second one, because back in the day, in 2016, 2017, I was doing some kettlebell workouts for our clients with filming and everything, because we have an app where people, where our clients are in, and then they, you can click on a button where you can do your kettlebell workout. So I filmed two kettlebell workouts and I almost died. It was a 40-minute kettlebell workout. I was like, what? How is this possible? Because I didn't know how to harness the power of the kettlebell. And I was so discouraged. I remember I was so discouraged. I was like, I'm not going to do this again. I was snatching, cleaning, and pressing, I think, with a 12. And it killed me. And I couldn't even imagine picking up a 20. So crazy. Now, if you apply kettlebell training the wrong way, it can leave you guessing. It can leave you sweating. It can leave you crying. It can leave you yelling like I did, thinking I'm going to never go back to this thing. We'll use it for some basic stuff. Or worse, you can get hurt or injured. And that's why it is essential. Because why is it so essential when you work with free weights? Why is it essential to understand it from the perspective of its potential and technique? Because with the kettlebell, you're not only working with free weights. Because when people transfer from machines, training with machines, where the machine does most of the work for you, right? You transfer to free weights. Free weights are like they're shaking. They don't know. They don't have, maybe the kinesthetic sense is not as developed. They have a hard time, right? The free weights demands that your whole body leads and moves the weight through space without any assistance. Right? All of your muscles, your stabilizers, everything has to work in unison, in accordance, in harmony to move free weights through space without any assistance. A lot of knowledge about biomechanics is important. Knowledge about your body, how it feels, how it responds, how it moves in space, proprioception, how your body recognizes itself, the feet on the floor, what the floor is like, and all that kind of stuff. So now that's what free weights do. And now do incorporate the ballistic element. If you incorporate the ballistic element into the free weight aspect of training, it gets even harder. Because we always say the ballistic element of the kettlebell is very, very unpredictable. And you have to understand how to manage this momentum. And sometimes we see complex workout schedules that aren't tested in the fire of experience with clients in real life. And most of the time they yield no to minimal results. If you do a crazy workout, all right, that you see on YouTube or Instagram, and I'm not talking bad about anybody, I'm just saying, sometimes I'm seeing workouts where I'm like, you do this for you. You do this for yourself. The coach or whatever, this person is doing it for her or himself. That's a completely different story if you teach it to somebody who never lifted or who never touched the kettlebell. It's a completely different story. And some workouts are built in a way where, they haven't been tested in the fire of working with clients. Because if they had, they wouldn't have incorporated certain exercises, or they wouldn't have made it so complex, because most people are having trouble with remembering so many exercises, remembering so many rep ranges, remembering so many different time aspects, EMOM, all that kind of stuff. And listen, it's the beginner's perspective. And we see, and even folks that are in our gym that have been with us for a longer time sometimes still don't understand, or they do understand what a clean and jerk is like. Otherwise, I would have probably wouldn't have done a very good job as a coach. But when we're doing clean and jerk, they're like, oh, that's the exercise where you do this and this, right? Or sometimes they walk to the kettlebell rack, right? They walk to the kettlebells and they're like, I'm saying the name, I'm saying, hey, listen, John, you're picking up the 16. And they're like, 16? They still don't know the weights, all right? So this taught me that many people, and these are most of the times not the folks that you see in the gym, are having some trouble with remembering, and that's another aspect that one client told me. He said, listen, when I hit the gym, I don't want to remember that stuff. I don't want to remember the weights. I don't want to remember the exercises. I just want you to show me what I got to do, and then I'm going to do it. And I understand this ideology or this idea where it comes from. It comes from working the whole day, maybe working with spreadsheets, working with numbers, working with things that you have to memorize and all that kind of stuff. And then you work out, you're like, I don't want to remember that stuff. I just want to go ham and be good. All right? And now, if you're not investing time into building good eating habits, this means that you won't engage in lasting change and leave the program as soon as the expert leaves the room. And I think a good program is helping you even after the expert left the room. That's a good that's a good coach. Steve Carter's influence, his imprint on me is still lingering in my brain, in my thinking, in my execution of the exercise. After almost 2 years, June 2019, 1.5 years, I'm still thinking about the stuff that he taught me. That's a good coach who's applying principles and knowledge that is information first, and then it becomes inspiration second. You always think about that stuff. And with a program that you do on your own, it's the same thing. A program that has a lasting imprint on you. Not only imprint, but lasting success that you can also show. You can show the success in whatever shape or form, in your technique, in your body, in your looks, in your weight loss, whatever. Or when we have clients that I'm so proud of them because they have been rocking with us now for 1.5 years, and we have some clients. They look so good. They look awesome. They have lost, like one of our clients, she lost 12 kilos. What is this? 18 pounds, 15, 16 pounds, something like this. And that's over a year ago, or I think like 6 months ago, or even longer. She's still rocking that weight. She is still solid because her habits are down pat. And that's the imprint of a good coach, because it's lasting. Listen, I can burn you down. Any coach who knows his stuff can lean you out, make you a shredded beast in a very short time frame. You know, a lot of factors depend on this, but we can go the all-in hardcore route. Most of the coaches know how to do this. The question is, will it last? I think that's the biggest question. I'm not trying to sound disrespectful in any shape or form or arrogant. Please. But let me say this. What good is it if you're able to say, well, I've lost 20 pounds 10 years ago, if it didn't last? What good is it if it happened in the past, if it wasn't able to last? Ooh, it rhymes. So that means it's good stuff. You get what I'm saying? So many folks tell us this. Yeah, I used to eat clean back in the day. I used to lift back in the day. I used to shed 10 pounds back in the day. I used to work out all the time back in the day. And please don't misunderstand. I know sometimes life comes in the way and many things happen. But this is where the power of habits come in. And we're going to talk about it in a second. So let me present to you the solution to losing weight with kettlebell training in a nutshell. Follow these steps, and you maybe increase the chances of success. Let me say this. What? Stop. All right. First of all, educate yourself with the kettlebell to understand its power and potential. How can you do this? Through watching videos? Yes. But as we always say, hire a coach. Listen, lockdown or whatever. No. You can book an online session with a very professional coach. Like I mentioned at the beginning, we have now 3 cameras set up for our online coachings. Listen, it's like you were in the room with me or with us. Even in live workouts, it makes you feel like you're part of the game. You're part of the workout. That's the kind of coach that you want to look for, who can help you in a way that makes you understand the kettlebell, who's able to give you constructive feedback, and who knows how to teach it to you. Videos don't do a coach justice. They help you. Yes, 100%. But if you have been able to harness the knowledge of a coach who's already there, and that's what a lot of successful people say. They say, if you want to be successful like person X, take a look at how they did it. And then learn from them directly, because they're already there where you want to be, right? So if you're able to harness an educational mindset, the informed mindset with a person who was able to give you constructive feedback, a coach who was able to give you some great feedback on your form, on your style, on the knowledge, on the information, and it all makes sense. Always make sure that it makes sense if somebody's telling you something. And then you watch the video, it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. I remember when I rewatched this 3.5 hour seminar that you will have. You will get this 3.5 hour seminar if you buy 90 days of kettlebells. You will get this seminar. It's in the bonus content. 3.5 hour seminar with Steve Cotter, where he taught us everything from the IKFF CKT1, the swing, the clean and jerk, and the snatch. I rewatched it with the knowledge I already had, and it was revealing. It was an eye-opening, enlightening moment. Rewatching this stuff after you've done it, after you've applied the information that was taught to you, rewatching it. There's gold in this, man. Second step that I would do if I was you, if you want to be successful with the kettlebell and lose weight, is plan your workouts in a step-by-step manner. And Pavel will call this the simple aspect of building a workout program. Listen, if you're having fun with incorporating 15 different exercises with 3 different rep ranges in 2 different training systems, MREP, EMOM, do it. I'm not sure if you are motivated or if you can give yourself that additional push if you come home from a long day of work, or you're having trouble in your relationship with the kids or whatever, with life in general, comes in the way. Maybe the chances decrease that you will do the workout if it is highly complicated and complex. Maybe the chances increase if you know, man, it's easy. I already know it's just 3 exercises, man. 3 exercises times 2 minutes. Come on, I'm going to do this. Swing, clean and jerk, snatch. Come on, I'm going to do 1 round. 1 round and I'm good. I'm not doing the full 2 or 3 or 4 rounds. I'm just doing 1 round and I'm safe. Can tap myself on the shoulder and say, I did it. This is life. This is life. You want to find fitness and training that fits into your life. It's fitness in the context of life and not life in the context of fitness. 2 different aspects. And we see many, especially fitness models, living or portraying a lifestyle that looks like fitness evolves is the main central point of their life. And God bless them, that's cool. But most folks don't have fitness or training as a central focal point in their life. It's completely the opposite. So you want to find something that is easy to do. For example, doing Pavel Tsatsoulin's Simple and Sinister program, swings and Turkish get up. Do it, man. Do it. It's good stuff. It's 2 exercises only. It's even better than what we do with 3 exercises. You just have to remember 2. That's good stuff. Number 3 that I would do is learn the exercises from a professional who's tried and tested in the fire of coaching clients in real life. That's one of the, probably I would say, the most important facets of a coach if you hire him or her. Do they have experience with clients? If you check out their social and the only thing that they're posting is themselves, pictures of their abs all day, every day from 430 different angles, maybe rethink your decision. I'm saying a trainer, a coach, in my opinion. And you know what's funny? This opinion is controversial in the fitness realm. I think a coach who is specialized in helping people lose weight has to look the part. A coach who's helping folks to improve their nutrition habits, to build better habits, has to do the part. But that's controversial in the fitness realm. Folks be like, do I always have to be a role model? I do think so. Because if you don't, you are ignoring the fact that you have to look the part and do the part at your own risk. Because maybe somebody's coming along the way and taking over your business and taking over your clients because the person is not only educated well enough, has well manners, but is also looking and doing the part. Right? But at the same time, you have to have a coach who has a lot of knowledge with clients. And it doesn't mean that you can give somebody a chance who's just starting out. Doesn't mean. Maybe because, listen, when you check out the social media of folks, you can just, I skim through 3 or 5 posts and I already have a glimpse. It's the first impression. You never have a second chance to make a first impression. You probably heard this, right? It's the first impression that you're getting from the person. So if the first impression is like, that person's cool, but maybe they're just starting out, or maybe they're even saying, hey, I'm just starting out and I need experience. I can help you. I got the knowledge, I got the education, but I have to learn a lot of stuff. And maybe you want to give me a chance. I'm going to give you this discount, or this is the price that I'm charging. It's maybe not as high as somebody who has a lot of experience, but hey, give me a chance. Go for it, man. So, hey, support younger coaches, support smaller channels, support folks who are just starting out. Of course, I'm saying this. Don't misunderstand this. Yet, if it's all about themselves, beware. I'm on a roll, man. I'm on a roll. I love this. Especially when I didn't do it for the last 3 weeks. Then Angie's like, man, you can't stop talking. I always say this. Angie's like, you can't stop talking. I've been streaming now for over an hour, I think, right? Number 4. And then I have to take a quick break because I have something more in store that I want to check out. And when I'm taking a break, I'm going to check in the comments and see if I can reply to them. That's another thing. Listen to an educator who can back. I would, okay? Just to reiterate, if I want to lose weight with kettlebells, I want to be proficient with kettlebells and lose weight. I want to listen to an educator or a coach who can back up his claims scientifically, evidence-based, and is backed by accredited institutions in his field. That's, you know, I read this. I'm going to have to show it to you. I'm going to have to show it to you guys. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second, guys. What's his name? What's his name? Fitness Chef? Was it him? Oh no. Where was this? I have to find it. Guys, help me. I'm skimming through. Skimming through. Give me a second, guys. Oh, these are good guys in here. Where is he? Give me 5 more seconds and then I'm switching back. My feed is overrun by other stuff. Or did he post? He didn't post for long. Probably it. No, come on. Here. I got him. The Fitness Chef. Let me show it to you. Let me show this to you. I think you already see it, right? You saw me skimming through the... What? Did you see it? Yeah, you saw it. Right, down below. Now I'm switching. Switching back. Switching back, guys. Oh, still 16 people in the chat rocking with us. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Now, I just want to show you this real quick. Now, this is the Fitness Chef, right? And what is he saying? He is saying, Dear Mr. Asprey, a few years ago, you went to Tibet to find the meaning of life. Unfortunately, you came back and invented bulletproof coffee, adding 100s of calories to a hot drink, claiming this would help people lose body fat. You probably heard of it, the bulletproof coffee. And in the marketing aspect, what he did, Dave Asprey, with bulletproof coffee, marketing-wise, it was a great idea. I took something from it. Claiming this would help people lose body fat, but it does the opposite. Then you went on to develop an outrageous catalog of nutritional pseudoscience which only represents theories you made up in your head, not evidence-based science. Physiologically, body fat is defined by total calories in versus total calories out, not the time of day you eat. Time of day you eat is preference. What he's talking about is energy balance. Energy balance is the most important factor when it comes to losing weight. How many calories am I taking in? How many calories am I burning? Wear red tinted glasses, put butter in your coffee fast, spend millions on stem cells and believe you're going to live until 180 if you please, but please stop selling it to people to make money. You are conning people with misinformation and ruining their relationship with food. Kind regards, Grammy. And he got, I think it was over, what was it? Over 1,700 comments. He got over 1,700 comments or 2,000 comments on his post. Now, why am I saying this? Why am I putting this up to you? Now, there's something that always happens when you critique somebody. Maybe his critique was a little harsh. We could agree on this, because in my opinion, certain things I wouldn't have said, but that's totally fine. I don't think it's even bad. Just maybe certain things that maybe he could have written it differently. We can argue about that. Yet, Dave Asprey follows something that science doesn't support. It's not scientifically supported, not evidence-based. Is there another side? Is there a side that is not only just evidence-based? Yes, in my opinion, that's faith, that's belief, that's religion. That's not science-based. But when it comes to nutrition and eating, even though people sometimes treat it like it's religious and dogmatic, when it comes to this aspect, Mr. Asprey is saying stuff that doesn't make sense and that doesn't doesn't align with what science says. It's not about intermittent fasting. It's not about when you eat. It's about a calorie deficit. And you have to understand, this is something that we also talk about in 90 Days of Kettlebells. We talk about it. You have to differentiate between the method and the principle, right? The principle is reaching the energy deficit. This is something we cannot talk about or we cannot discuss because it's a fact. All living beings on this planet are under the law of thermodynamics. If we take too much energy in and we expend too little of energy, then we gain weight. If we expend more energy than we take in, then we lose weight. This is a principle. Now, the method, how you accomplish this principle, is on you. Let's put it on kettlebells, all right? Let's say, I'm going to have to quickly think of it. Let's say the principle is the snatch, okay? The exercise, you want to go into a competition. The principle is a fact. It's the competition. It's the snatch. You have 10 minutes. You have one arm switch. And if you want to be a professional, it depends on where you land. I think you have to choose at 32 if you want to reach the master of sport, maybe 28. I don't know, whatever. Okay, let's say like it's a competition. You have to choose at 28. You have 10 minutes of time. And you got to do 100 reps. Let's just saying 150 or 120 reps to be in the top 3. That's the principle. All right. It's a fact that we cannot talk about. We cannot discuss it. You either like it or not. It is there. Now, the method is, how am I training? How am I preparing to reach that goal? And I guarantee you, there's different ways of preparing for a snatch competition. Denis Vasilev has one great aspect and idea. I would trust him if I would go on a competition. But maybe other folks who are in that genre have different ways of coaching, different ways and different methods. And they all work because they are made to accomplish this one principle. Reach those given number of reps, or maybe even overreach, or how do you say it? Break the record of the given number of reps in that set with a certain weight. And that's the same thing with nutrition. How you reach it is up to you. But we have a lot of people who take a half-truth or a half-truth claim or a truth claim, and what they do is they extrapolate on it. They make it their marketing idea, their selling idea, because they make a lot of money off of this idea, yet it's just a method. But we treat the method like it's the principle. You get it? Intermittent fasting is not the principle. Intermittent fasting is a method. Wait till you're 80% full is not the principle. It is a method. OMAD, 1 meal a day, is not the principle. It is the method to accomplish this principle. All right? Let's go back. Number 5. Then I'll have to take a break, short break. And I'll be right back. Build habits that will help you to eat better and lose weight. We talked about it long after the expert left the room. This is what I would focus in. This is the biggest mistake that I always made. I was like, I got to jump on the thing that works the quickest, right? But since I was such a crazy dude, I was following a meal plan for a pretty long time, and then of course I didn't follow it afterwards. But I was so hooked on training and hooked on that stuff. It was such a huge passion that, I was able to make it a habit. So building solid habits is the key. Number 6, and we're going to talk about this after the break. Understand there is a very interesting power dynamic between motivation and habits. They're not the same. Motivation's one thing and habit is another thing. Yet they are of the same substance. And I make the analogy with water. We will take a look at it. We will check out this free lesson. You're now engaging after the break. We will engage in a free lesson of the 90 Days of Kettlebells course. This is stuff that you're learning in that course. But more importantly, how you can use this to your advantage, understanding the dynamics, and even more importantly, how to apply this understanding to use it to your advantage, right? And this is what we're going to look at, guys. But now I'm gonna have to take a short break. Then I'm checking the comments if we have any noteworthy that if you have any questions that I can respond to, and I'll be right back. So here we are back again. We got some great comments, guys. We got some really flattering comments. Thank you so much. I'm gonna respond to these. We have Nathan. Can you sing a lullaby for me? Yeah, of course. The Ice King. The kettlebell is such a great deal compared to buying weight machines or power racks and Olympic weights. Also, you'll save from not having to buy a cardio machine. You're right, Ice King. You know, the kettlebell combines everything all at once. Then Darian is saying, thank you. I must say, best YouTuber today. First time I'm actually watching a live podcast of someone. You are an inspiration and just awesome. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you so much. Dean, never any shortcuts to plain hard work and patience with practicing good basic movements and good technique. Same with diet, I think. Just be consistent and keep it realistic. That's what's up. That's what's up, Dean. You're saying it 100%. And even with the consistency, you would rather do stuff that is simple. That's what you see in 90 Days of Kettlebells. We follow the basics all year. All year. It's not rocket science. It's not fancy stuff. It's the basics. That's what counts. The basics count. Not those spooky stuff. Not spooky habits. Not strange things that don't make sense. Or very highly advanced protein shakes, formulas with... No. Most of us will do fine with the basics. And consistency is king. Alexia, she agrees with Dean. No magic formulas or no fast formulas. And there's another thing. Will there be people who, let's say like we have 100 people doing 90 days of kettlebells. I guarantee there's folks who will have faster, quicker, and better results than other people. Because it's genetics. Or because maybe they put in more work. Maybe they were more diligent. But who cares? Who cares about what others do? Who cares about who's better or faster? It only matters if you're in a competition. And even then, it's just part of being a competition is something that you can be grateful for. All right? Just the experience. Yet, we all run the same pace. Not the same pace. We all have our own race and our own pace. We always say this in our coaching with our clients. You have your own pace. You take as much pause or breaks as you want. You know, I'm here to motivate and push people, but I'm not here to burn people out. Then we have Gustavo saying, good points on mistakes. Gregory, how did your body and strength change when you started to focus on kettlebells? I probably would say my strength and my muscle size has diminished. It is not like it was when I did some split training where I was focusing 100% on hypertrophy. Yet, of course, this happens when you switch to training into full body only and you don't follow the typical routines to go all in on hypertrophy, then you probably will lose some size. Yet my goals have changed, right? My goals have changed. It's not all about size and hypertrophy now. It's about mastering the kettlebell and just, you know, engaging in that full body workout, because I believe in those 10 plus years of lifting, I can say it's the most fun. Up until now. And I did a lot of stuff. I did German volume training. I did the Max OT program. I did splits, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. I did typical chest, leg days. I did everything. I did heavy legs of training where you go like 10 plus sets. I did crazy stuff. I did a lot of things. And German volume training was one of the, wow, that was beastly. And this is where I got a lot of results in my strength. My strength was crazy after the German volume training when I look at my frame, but I'm not genetically gifted. I'm just average when it comes to strength. So maybe because of my genetics, I more tend towards or having more fun with the kettlebell now, as maybe compared to a Eddie Hall, who is genetic beast, who's a genetic beast, who is into strongman stuff, who maybe is geared toward always lifting heavy and going all in with a lot of heavy weights. Doesn't mean that I don't like it. It just means that I'm having way more fun with the kettlebell. And what I can say is endurance-wise, I'm on a whole nother level. I'm way fitter than I was back in the day. Back when I started. Even still like 2 years, 3 years ago. And even with my leanness, my face, my body has changed as well. Drastically in some areas. I just saw a story that was 2 years ago. You know, Facebook's always telling you, hey, that's a story from 2 years. And I told Angie, hey, look at my face. I got a lot more depots on my cheeks, all right? And this has changed. This has changed, of course, because I did some nutritional aspects. You know, I turned on the heat in some situations. And, what I always do, what works for me very well, but that doesn't mean that it will work for you or for anybody else, is I unintentionally do fasting or intermittent fasting. I have lunch at 1 or, say like noon. And then the next time I'm eating is at 9 p.m. All right? Most of the time. So that's 8 hours of not eating anything. And that works for me right now. Doesn't work on the weekends though. But it works on work days very well. It was unintentional. And size-wise, maybe, like I said, I've lost some pounds, but I feel incredibly well. I feel the leanness. I like the way I look at my body. I see the muscles. I love it. Won't go back. Then Emma saying, hi Gregory, danke für deine Inhalte. Immer sehr, sehr interessant. Danke dir, Emma. Then Dean, I just break my healthy diet on a Saturday, normally with an Indian curry, rice, and a giant portion of naan bread. That sounds great. Alexia, we love Indian food too, and Japanese food as well. Ignas, hi Gregory. I've got a huge hype on kettlebell training in general, but the thing is, I can't get my nutrition straight, meaning counting calories. So do I have to train and nutrition comes as I go, or do it forcefully? Thanks for the answer. Ignas, counting calories, as we would say, is a method, right? You remember, if you just tuned in, or maybe you remember if we were talking about it before, the principle is going into a deficit if you want to lose weight, because it depends on your goal. Probably, I'm assuming you want to lose weight. Then the principle is energy balance going into a deficit. Calorie counting is a method. It's not the principle. It's a method to accomplish that goal. So what I want to do in your case is focus on building habits, because just training is great. I mean, the fact that you're training and you got a hype on kettlebells, that's awesome. That's good stuff. And if you're able to keep it up for the rest of your life, that's the best thing that can happen to you. However, if you feel like the training now has become sort of routine and sort of a habit, and you can do it even if you don't have a lot of motivation is now coming up. We have this interesting power dynamic between the two. Then what you want to look at is focus on building nutrition habits, because most of the time they don't happen by themselves, because human beings are led by habits. Because what is a habit? We're going to take a look at it in a second, but just a quick one. Habit is saving energy for your brain. Building a habit means your brain is saving energy, and your brain is always out there rocking to save as much energy as possible, right? Because it's HQ, okay? So if you have a habit that's already there when it comes to nutrition, and you think you're having a hard time, your body's telling you I'm a little bit, off with diet, then on nutrition, then it's about building a solid habit. And maybe if you're interested, you can check out, link is in the description, on 90 Days of Kettlebells, where we combine kettlebell training and building nutrition habits. This may be something for you. Check out the link in the description. Now, guys, for the final, and then we're done for today, I'm going to show you this one. Let's talk briefly about it. It's about the power dynamics between motivation and habits. This is a lesson in 90 Days of Kettlebells, and you're now getting it for free. Now, I said, motivation and habits are built out of the same substance, like water. Okay, you follow me? So, if motivation and habit is like water, where's the difference? It's the form of the substance. Here it comes. Motivation is like a wave or like a tsunami. I just watched on YouTube this video where 2011, where the tsunami hit Japan. The forces, this is crazy. The force of nature. So it is explosive and exciting. Tsunami probably not as exciting, but you get what I'm saying. It's explosive, it's fast, it's coming, it's boom. Stuff is happening. Bam, let's get it. Now, what are habits? They're also water, another form. Habits are like a strong current. Strong, steady, and consistent. And this parable serves as a great example to understand the power dynamics between the two and how they both work together in harmony. Now, how can I use motivation? Like we said, it's like a wave or a tsunami. It is powerful, explosive, it is strong, and it works as an exciting catalyst to help us move towards a specific goal. This motivation can be positive or it can be negative. It can be negative. It's like, I've had it. Boom. I'm done. It's the last time I'm looking to the mirror. That's it. I've walked up those stairs and I'm breathing like an animal. I'm done. Something's got to happen. Or somebody, at work, and somebody says, ooh, man, what happened to you, man? Or woman. And you're like, I've had it. And there's this cool story about a guy who said, I was driving a car, and the car broke down so many times. And one day, I've had enough. I've stopped the car, got my shotgun from the trunk, and I've shot the car into pieces. Boom, 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 boom. Nobody will ever drive you again. Not only me, but nobody else is going to ever drive you again. So that's a motivational aspect. It's like, that's it, all right? So It's a catalyst. It's exciting. It's fast. It's boom, right? So it serves as a driver and a primer to help us take action and build something that may be lasting, such as a habit. Now, as powerful as motivation is, tsunamis and strong waves are also shaky, inconsistent, and disappear quickly and fast. This means that trusting into something that is inconsistent, that is shaky, that hasn't a strong foundation, and disappears very quick, means you're building your house on the sand. I mentioned this in the beginning, or I mentioned it on IG. Folks be like, you guys are always motivated. No, we're not. It's habit. It's habitual. We do the workout because it's a habit. If we don't do the workout, something's missing. So it's not about I can't find time, I don't have time. It's I take my time because it's a habit. And sometimes even though I don't feel like it, it's a habit. It's a habit for me to not put the kettlebell down once I picked it up. So I have to fight against it, even though my body's sometimes telling me, come on, man, give yourself a break. And sometimes, listen, you have to listen. It's nuanced. You have to listen to your body. Listen to your body. But sometimes you have to, make a decision. It's on a scale. It's like, okay, do I have to push through? Is it just the inner side of me that wants me to quit, that wants homeostasis back, that wants everything calm and nice? That's what the body wants. Or is it my body telling me that maybe I'm reaching a level where my energy capacity is on a max, so I have to stop? Okay, it's nuanced. Now, what are habits? Habits are like a strong current in the river or the ocean. A current is not as exciting, yet it is just as strong as the wave. Maybe even sometimes stronger. When you look at those currents in the oceans, they're incredibly powerful. And they shine because they're consistent. Right? They continuously move. While habits are quiet, and most of the time even unnoticeable, they are a powerful force that keeps us going no matter what. And now here it comes. Habits are energy savers for your brain and dominate many parts of our lives as powerful masterminds. They exert control over our behavior, mostly in hidden fashion. You have to shine a light on the habit if you want to discover what kind of habit you got. You know how many folks walk in here and people tell us, well, I actually eat a lot of veggies. I actually don't eat processed foods. I actually do train. I actually do this. I actually do blah, 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 blah. And sometimes I'm telling Angie, well, and then we,
A new member just joined the Kettlebell
hey,
Club.
somebody just joined the Kettlebell Club. How cool is this? Now, where was I? That gets me mixed up. I gotta stop those. I want to yell when somebody joins the club. Well, it's fun, but sometimes I'm getting thrown off the bus. Now, where was I? Yeah, folks be like, I'm doing everything that I can. And sometimes, we have to understand that our minds, this is the book that I've read about our brain. It is bad in remembering stuff because it's not like a tape that rolls like on camera where you can roll the tape and see what happened. Every time you remember something, your brain has to reconstruct the memory. And the longer time passes, the more it is likely to happen that you will put additional stuff into that memory that wasn't there before. There was a great analogy or a great case study about the person who who shot John F. Kennedy. And that person, on the first account, she said, I didn't see anything. On the last account, like a few years later, she said, I saw two people in the bushes and blah, blah, blah. So it's additional stuff that your brain builds, right? So our brains are bad in remembering stuff. Yet we think it's 100% accurate when it is not. That's one thing. And then the second thing, sometimes we'll be like, well, if you do all these habits consistently, then you wouldn't have the problem. You wouldn't look like this. You wouldn't have all the reasons you're here for, you wouldn't need me. You wouldn't need us to help you, coach you. It'd be the same like, yes, you know, I got the kettlebell down pat, and then we start lifting, and then sometimes we even see coaches who talk about the kettlebell, and then they demonstrate an exercise, and I can see from my eye that they haven't done this many times. Maybe a beginner doesn't see it, but a coach who has a trained eye can see, well, this is probably the 5th time you've been doing this. All right? So this is what happens. So our habits are so strong that they are not visible. So motivation is the primer, and the habit is the foundation that you build because of that primer. We rarely build, and that was a good question. We rarely build a habit if there wasn't any primer or any reason to do it. Then we don't do it. We need, most of the time, we need a reason, and we call it a very strong anchor point. We need a very strong anchor who can push you or pull you back to earth if you start floating off in the air. And that concludes it, guys. I think we're done for today. 1.5 hours of streaming. Man, I'm so nuts. FrenchBit94 just joined the Kettlebell Club. Thank you so much, FrenchBit. You're welcome, brother or sister. So nice. Now I'm going to read through the comments and then we're done. Dean, I think a lot of people also forget that bodyweight training can still be valuable. Resistance training too, as you're still moving your body weight off the floor with push-ups, calisthenics, plyometrics. That's 100%. Sean Daniel, I run and have seen an improvement in my running since kettlebell training. Ooh, you're not the only one. We have actually, I think I can recollect 3 or 4 clients who said the same. They were running in the group, and then after training with the kettlebell, she remembered, she was like, now I'm running in the forefront. I'm running in the first group, right on top. I used to be in the back, and now I'm in the leading group. My pelvis is more aligned, glutes and hamstrings, whole posterior really has developed in size, stronger and powerful now. That's great, Sean. Thank you for that awesome feedback. That's the power of the kettlebell, guys. Dean, habits are a powerful tool. When you do that session, you really didn't feel like doing it, but it turns out to be the best session you've had when you're suddenly in the zone again. Yes, sometimes you're really in that zone vibe. Yes, I love this. French Biz, thank you so much for joining, man. So cool that you're in. Now, guys, for the final note, want to send you to our great, awesome course. We have a lot of comments now, but it's done for the day. I want to tell you guys, 90 Days of Kettlebells, it's in the description. 90 Days of Kettlebells is a kettlebell workout program that combines kettlebell training with simple and easy to follow nutrition coaching. We've dedicated the whole last two to 3 weeks for this program, and there's a lot of experience from the last 5 years that went into this course. And it's such a great course. If you're into kettlebell training and you're like, hey, listen, I want to upgrade my knowledge of kettlebell training, be more consistent with it. I need something that pulls me. I need something where I'm in, where I know I'm part of it, so I can do it. And then we take some easy nutrition coaching steps. Then this program is made for you. You will save 25% off this week because we have pre-order week. So go ahead, click the link in the description, buy the course now because they run out pretty fast. We're aiming for 10 courses this week, and we have already 4 down pat, and it's only Tuesday. It's great. People are trusting us, which we're so incredibly grateful for, that people trust us with their bodies and with their nutrition. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Tomorrow we'll be live again, live workouts. That's how we do it. Peace out. Welcome to 90 Days of Kettlebells. 90 Days of Kettlebells is a kettlebell workout program that combines kettlebell training with simple and easy to follow nutrition coaching. It is designed for beginners who want to train with kettlebells, profit from a proven nutrition coaching system to get in shape and lose weight. This program is made for you if you are a responsible and diligent person who wants to discover the potential of the kettlebell and improve your eating habits to lose weight, get in shape, and become a lean, mean machine. This program is not for people who are looking for the magic bullet, an easy way out, a cookie cutter meal plan system, or a genie in the bottle. This program requires some diligent and hard work, and it's made for you if you are ready for it. We combine the best of both worlds in this program. The kettlebell, with its vast array of benefits that range from fat burning to muscle building while being easy on the joints, and scientific-based nutrition coaching that helps you build new eating habits that help you make better decisions, even after the expert left the room. We have been certified by kettlebell legend Steve Cotter himself personally in our gym in both the IKFF Kettlebell Coach certificates. We have also been certified by the world-leading and scientifically based nutrition experts Precision Nutrition as a level 1 and level 2 nutrition coach. This is actually what we do with our clients in real life on a daily basis. All the experience from the last 5 years that we have been able to gather is now put into this course. Now the program works as follows. You will do 3 kettlebell workouts per week designed for beginners in mind that gradually increase in difficulty. You will build 3 powerful eating habits that have proven successful in our nutrition coaching. The program lasts 12 weeks and will teach you the ins and outs of kettlebell training as well as building powerful nutrition habits. All this is accessible in our revolutionary e-learning platform that is part of the LEBESTARK Academy. In the bonus content, you will get access to 30 days of kettlebells. That's actually another full-blown workout course. This is actually also the predecessor of 90 days of kettlebells. You will get 5 additional workouts, a 3.5-hour seminar with Steve Cotter where he certified us in June 2019, and this seminar alone is worth over $700 if you would do it with Steve in person. We'll also get a 2-hour interview with 11-time kettlebell world champion Denis Vasilev. You get a 1-hour video where we cover all the necessary exercises that you will need to do this program, and we will take you through it step by step. Another part of the bonus content is a video where we will teach you all the necessary mobility and warm-up routines so that your joints are ready to tackle the workouts. We actually offer this type of coaching in real life, and we call it the Fat Burner Package, where we offer 3 personal trainings per week with additional nutrition coaching along the way. All of the experience from this high-intensity coaching is now densely packed into this workout course called 90 Days of Kettlebells for 97 Swiss francs, and that's exactly $105 US. Click on the link below, either in the description or as a big blue button, and start your kettlebell journey now. 90 Days of Kettlebells is waiting for you to help you get in shape of your life for the rest of your life.